to isolate one position, to just say, okay, we're going to smoke this off. We can't worry about it. And you have to take risks. You can't be afraid of dying because you're not going to be able to clear everything out. There's not a full execution. There's not 3 teammates to back you up. And actually right now, they're not even going to go for it. They're just going to choose to save.
Interesting decision taken here by Luminosity. I mean, considering they don't have any money in the bank, holding onto an AWP for Fallen or Cold in the next round, along with that AK, could perhaps make the difference for them, but they decide to let it slide, and Body, we'll see if he can actually try and hunt anybody down. I don't think that G2 wants to throw anything away by hunting aggressively either. Both teams basically deciding, hey, you know what? We'll let this one slide, we'll let this one pass. G2 once again in the lead on the rounds.
At this point in time, are they showing you more or less than you were expecting here, G2? Are they performing above your expectations, or is this roughly what you were thinking?
Oh, they're performing above, especially to be able to snap a 5-round losing streak that Luminosity had right there in the middle. I mean, you win the second round, you lose 5, and then you now strung off 4 in a row for yourselves. So I mean, good play from RPK, obviously screamed that last round. And it's this aggression that one pop flash peak from RPK and Sewers on a critical gun run was huge. Now you can see Shox. He wants to take control of this, and he's going to do it. Taco falls, and this is a big thing. This might be why we're seeing G2 come back in this, is because Taco has largely been negated by Shox and Body.
And it seems like G2 have picked up on that fact as well, that they only keep seeing Taco over here alone. So maybe Shoxy's like, well, you know, if they only keep putting one guy over here, I can step in and try and take these fights. And RPK and Shoxy going to find 2 big kills here. Luminosity not able to strike back. It's down to Cold and Fur once again, and Cold's already getting dropped down to half, and there's the flank coming in from RPK. Cold is gone. So it's all on Fur now, 1v5.
And there's no easy targets, right? Barely anyone's been damaged. So again, this is the thing, because that's a nice shot from Fur through the fence, but I mean, it's well known, and this may be one area of weakness there is for this Luminosity T side, is Taco is very frequently alone, and he's very good at monitoring short and monster, and he gets kills doing this, and he's very difficult to clear out. But if you have success doing it, all of a sudden, more often than not, you cut the map in half for Luminosity.
It's going to be frustrating for LG as well. They had one round where they were in a 2-on-4 and they sort of give up on it and save what they've got. And then the upcoming round, which is this one, they don't get any impact at all. Now we're going into the 15th round, the last of the first half. And there's a real chance here that G2 could make this 9-6, which honestly is better than I was expecting as well. LG, they do have some kind of economy here, but it's 3 Galils, 1 AK, 1 Tech-9, and then a couple of scattered grenades, but not as many as they would have liked here. Slow or fast, Moses, in a round like this? If you're LG.
If I'm LG, I'm maybe not a rush, but I'm definitely going faster. I'm definitely picking up the aggression. You have to be able to do something with these Galils as well. I mean, they're very, very light in their arsenal in terms of, I think it's 2 ops. These Galils are not precision weapons at range. They're not one-hit kills like the AK is, so you need to have multiple players being aggressive together.
Oh, there's the flash. Smith's going to miss the flick onto Fallen, who was fully blinded. And now it gets a little dicey here for Smith. You can see him just using all of his nades just to get out of there because of that long alley that he has to run down. An easy target if somebody was to come around the corner from Luminosity, but he will make it out intact. And now he's got the angle with the AWP. Doesn't look like Luminosity wants to let him get comfortable, though. They will put their own smoke down just to negate him. Now they can get control of long Luminosity. They can start working their way up. In the meantime, FNX has caught Scream out in mid.
Smith has got to be careful here. He has no idea how close they are. They're right on the other side. If they put one flashbang into him here, he's gone. They go over the thing. He's going to peek behind the truck. He gets one. Shox picking up a kill. Follow up from Shox as well. Both the ults on the bomb side. Smith, and there's Shox picking it up, and G2 going to end up winning the round. Just a massive crossfire of AWPs. One from the restrooms and run from the bank, and they just could not make it through. 9-6.
What a disgusting crossfire. Because normally, I mean, Luminosity, their idea, they throw that first smoke, and that allows them to just bunch up behind it without, I mean, it has to be a lucky random shot through that smoke. And then they're going to execute through it, a pop flash, and it doesn't connect onto Smith's. So again, Smith's getting passive in the right situation when he knows he doesn't have any advantages. And then he's able to work that crossfire with Shox perfectly.
All right, the second half is coming up here, and LG doing a little bit worse than we were expecting. The French team actually stepping it up quite a bit here. 9-6 for the first half. Moses, if they win the pistol here on the second half, how close are they going to be?
If G2 wins it?
G2.
I mean, they still have the CT side for Luminosity is still so strong. The pistol round would be obviously a great start that could put them up in the lead. The question is, you know, the next round, are they going to take too much damage? But G2, that would be huge for them. But it all depends on how we're going to see the first gun round, really, because that's or the first round where Luminosity has that double up setup, because that's where it can get really, really scary when you're facing this LG defense.
There we are. We had some inception going on there, but we're live with the second half here. G2 on the T side, pistol. Luminosity going for a boost here on the B side. A little bit of a clever off angle here for coldzera. FNX confirms that yes, G2, they're all knocking on that B side door, and he's trying to get out of here in one piece, and it looks like he will just barely manage it. They even closed the door. They're so polite.
Oh, Cold. This is a good position. Smoke is not going to touch him. He needs the headshots, though. They jump in, and that's a beautiful mid-air shot, taking out body. They're looking for more. Cold's here trying to get around that corner, but his teammates are there blocking him as well. Taco going to pick up one. There's Cold with the follow-up, and now 2 on 4. The bomb is not currently down. You can tell they really want to, but it's not easy. There comes Shox, taking out FNX, but Taco helping out once again, and now it's all on screen here. 1 versus 2, and he is going to have to look for those 1-taps.
He's got that USP as well, so if he lands the headshots, it's over for Luminosity. G2, man, they're having flashbacks to the pistols, the T-side pistols versus Fnatic. They really just haven't had any luck. They just keep getting shut down. But at least there's enough time here for Scream to start falling back. He's got 45 seconds, so he can actually go for a little bit of a workaround here. See if he can't work his way up to A if he wants, or back through connector towards B, but he's going to try and keep Luminosity guessing.
I'm not sure I actually like this play by Scream, just because, you know, they know where you are, but you at least know where they are as well. So now that he's gone to the whole other side, he has no concept of where Luminosity could be. One of them could have pushed short to come up the stairs. He's gonna have to worry about his flank now when he gets into the bomb site. They're gonna be sticking together, so at least then you have some cover and you know where they are and you know what you can do to take some one-on-ones.
Oh no, he gets caught as well here with 18 seconds. This is not going to be easy to get this bomb down. He's just going to stick it the first time. They're running in real close on him, and he's behind the boxes now, going for the shot, but Taco will finish it. It's a nice triple kill for Taco in this round. And the boost early on, I mean, they were playing that B-bomb side as a retake.
Yeah, and it's huge that Cold actually gets that first kill when they jump in. If you're going to play that retake, the next big thing is G2 actually pushes forward to try and respond to that by turning the corner and getting aggressive. But LG had 3 members there who all just swung out to take fights, and they eliminate 2 that way. It was a 2-for-1 trade. So very good coordination on the LG side to pretty much shut that pistol round down.
It was very solid, and that's exactly what had to happen. I think the bomb was leading as well, so if G2 could get that bomb onto the site right off the bat, it's all over. They get that bomb plant, and then it's a completely different situation. But now, once again, Luminosity, they get the strong start. We have to see if G2, well, they aren't exactly kitted out for it, because they get the bomb plant. They're focusing on the next round where they'll be able to afford to get rifles, so they haven't invested in this round. So Luminosity shouldn't be losing the second round this time around.
All right.
Nice miss. No party, no fun on this server.
What a jerk. This is going to be a nice little picnic.
Oh man, I mean, you do kind of have to get rid of them if you want to throw grenades from that spot, but apart from that, it's just senseless vandalism, really.
That's a nice dink, though. Fallen is forced to be so passive now. So good control of the map. And actually, I mean, now you can see where that plant from screen, the fact that he got it down was a big win in the pistol. Fully saving. They do have some upgraded pistols, obviously, but no armor investment means the next round that's when the AK-47s are going to come out.
Oh, are they going for another boost? Yes, they are. Taco, he's going to have the angle on long. See if it turns out all right. I mean, FNX, he's holding up close. He spots that bomb. He's going to be able to fall back and pick up 2 kills in the process. Taco spots him out on long as well, so he's stopping this flank from coming onto that A site. And it's just going to be body, and he just gets slammed. Perfect anti-ego coming out from Luminosity. It did get a little dicey for Fur and Fallen, but everybody survives. So it's an excellent start here on the CT side. They'll get the chance to really build their economy going forward here.
Well, they have a big test to get through now, because you can see G2 investing the Molotov on Shox as well. They are going to be a little bit light on utility. That comes down to those investments, those upgrades of the pistols in the last round. But at least they have 2 players that have 2 smokes to work with. They have a good amount of flashes, and Shox just now uses that Molotov.
Bit of aggression coming in from Fur. He's actually setting up for the one-way smoke where he can sort of stand on the stairwell and look over it, which is a bit of a risk because everyone knows it so well, but I don't really blame him for trying here. And G2, they need to strike back quick here. They still have a 1-round lead, but they're going to have to do even better here. And you could tell Luminosity, they're really well prepared in the second half right now.
Oh yeah, that was sick. RPK instantly fell behind the corner when he saw that smoke. And Shoxy was going for the pre-fire in the likely spot that he would be trying to take shots from Fur. So very good adjustment there made by G2, not getting caught off guard, not giving Fur a free start here in this round. And so now they have connector control, G2. In the meantime, Bonnie with the bomb in mid and Scream starting to actually move his way out onto long.
The issue is they only have 1 smoke and 3 flashes left, and they haven't really gained that much control of the map. So they're going to run out of a lot of utility if they slow play getting up here. And Fallen might be able to spot these out.
It looked like he could see the feet, but he couldn't quite. Now they're going to flash their way through, and that's an easy kill for Body.
He got body blocked as well. He's trying to use the smoke to fall back to Fur. Team Flash comes out, just trying to buy a little bit of time here for G2, but he's got a very aggressive angle, and he's going to have to make something big happen here. If he can stop the man who's moving up in front of him, Smith, from getting past, that would be big. And he gets spotted in the process, down to 39. Not going to get 2 kills, but Taco's still alive on this site, does some damage.
A good spray coming through, but they're trading so effectively right now, G2. Every single time someone from LG picks up a kill, they're instantly going to go down afterwards. So this great peak, not even worrying about that bomb plant. RPK going to be taking out Cold Zero, and that's a 10-8 scoreline. And LG, do they risk it?
Yes. You absolutely
Instantly,
do.
yes.
Yep, because you got them down to just 2 players alive. So the money for them is still not great. They're gonna have to rebuy, 3 AK-47s or drop some over. So you're gonna have the economy pretty low, all things considered. So if they win this one, it might not force a reset immediately. But look, but their money's gonna be very, very damaged.
You said instantly, yes, but at the same time you were pointing out this double AWP setup. Surely this will delay the double AWP for Luminosity.
Yeah, it definitely will. But this is something that LG's been doing recently. They've been very aggressive with their economy in recent matches. You think even over on the T side when they lose the second round in this match and then they buy into the third one to try and immediately respond. So, I mean, they're not playing very conservatively with the way they buy. And obviously it helps that they have a lot of faith in Fallen with the Scout. I mean, we've seen what he can do with that gun. So, I mean, they have the confidence to do this, so why not go for it?
Yeah, even if he did miss the shot initially, he's going to be taking up another solid position here for the Scout over on long. You can see he's got the advantage. He gets shoulder peeked, however. And now he has to worry about somebody being behind the boulder. Not going to get the tag. 3 missed shots here for Fallen so far. That's not going to cut it. He needs to start landing at least body shots with the Scout so that they're softened up when they try and push onto the site, G2, and the rest of his teammates with the MP9 can get some easy frags.
What is worrying for G2, maybe not worrying, but Shox is all alone towards that B bomb site with the bomb. A lot of opportunities for him to have gotten caught out, and then that just kind of throws everything to hell for G2. It doesn't happen, so now with the bomb that far on the other side of the map, 40 seconds left, the end game is this B bomb site. So you can see G2 rotating over.
Yeah, they don't really have much information to go off of here, Luminosity. They spotted them over at long. That's a great misdirection coming in from G2, but now the push begins on the B site, and it's all about trading effectively. Taco starts it off strong, and Cold now at live. He's going to be able to spray down 1, but the trade frags come in for G2, and they have 3 players survive on this site for the bomb plant.
Even the smoke, they have a Molotov and RPK as well. This is going to be such a difficult retake right now for the Brazilian side. And G2, they would economically reset them if they win it here. Look at that smoke just blocking it off. They're going to try and go for the boost, but surely G2 will have seen that coming. Scream is so close, and the smoke, it's going to fade. Scream is here. He takes out one. He can't get the follow-up. Fur going to take one down with the MP9. It's still a 2-on-2. Molotov goes out. Great shot from Body, and a follow-up as well. Such clean work coming out here from the new pickup on the team. 11-8 and no money for Luminosity to pick up any kind of rifles in this round.
And that's the gamble. You said it's just, you were asking if this was a good idea. Now it's a really tough spot for Luminosity. 1 round at least they're going to have to save as this bonus builds up. They should be able to buy into the next one. But now, I mean, they're the ones on their back foot. They're going to be down 12-8 more than likely. This is a very, very strong match from G2, so very surprising they're able to have this level of success against Luminosity.
Yeah, and I mean, now it's going to be just risk-taking here from Luminosity, stacking in mid, hoping to be effective with these pistols up close. You know, FNX a bit of a bait here with that USP pushing forward, allowing for Fallen to go to work, but Body on the high ground is going to spot one out. Looking for the big spray, he's just not connecting whatsoever. Body, what is happening?
And Cold Zero also missing a fair bit. I have no idea what's going on. This is a really weird round. FNX now in a 1-on-2. That was just some really clumsy Counter-Strike on all sides, but I am disappointed Luminosity did not even bring 1 flashbang, because it's actually a trademark play of theirs to play exactly in this area and then with a single flashbang, and I feel like maybe they just forgot about that.
G2 is so fortunate to have stabilized, to have come back in that round. They were in a really, really tough spot in a 2-on-3. So FNX now is going to be the one who has to basically gamble and just guess where they're going. And at the moment, it looks like he has the wrong idea, because Shox and Body are going to be pushing up towards long. Luminosity, though, with 3 kills, doing their best to keep the economy low. It's not as damaging, it's not as punishing when you're on the T side for G2, so no big deal for them. But Luminosity next round is huge.
I do like seeing Body and Shock stick together as well. They aren't splitting up. They're not giving FNX an easy chance if he was lurking around a corner to pick up a free kill. And if he were, there would be somebody there to trade the kill instantly. So good teamwork coming out here from G2 to just guarantee getting this bomb onto the site. And now they're able to get that free plant. They still have plenty of time as well, 20 seconds, so they can check some angles, make sure that nobody is lurking here. And yeah, job is done, and FNX now realizes, well, I had a 50-50 chance. And unfortunately, this time it didn't go my way. So the clutch just got a whole lot harder for him.
He's got body low, though.
Wow.
It's a bit scary for a moment, but it does work out. And that will give 12 rounds here to G2 and Luminosity. This is what I was wondering about, right? Because now they can buy rifles, but again, it's not the double setup. I feel like we need, rather than replaying this round as a highlight, we need to just forget about it forever, because that was just, all of that was just really bad.
That was really, really painful to watch. Looked a lot like...
the 3-on-3 we just played.
Yeah, I was going to say, looked a lot like Sadicus on the rifle map.
You know what I noticed? Because he was playing almost all of that with his headset on backwards, and he played worse when he adjusted it. So, you know, I don't know what that says about Matt, but it's interesting.
I don't even know how that happens.
Oh, well. What are you going to do? The defense is very passive, and actually Luminosity expecting something towards B pretty quick. They have 3 players here. So Fallen is pushed up, but still no AWP out. They're going to have to find some way. This might just be kind of an information play, because with this kind of a buy that they have to take, they don't have as many nades, so they need to save as many as possible. So they need to have that information so they can save their nades and use them appropriately. They need to be very, very efficient on how that's going to work.
They've done a pretty good job of it so far, Luminosity. We're getting to that minute mark. They still have quite a few nades to work with, actually. So when G2 decide to push in, Luminosity are going to have quite a bit of utility to work with. They are trying to go back to a bit more of a standard approach, really having the 2 guys up on A, but Fur is rotating over, so they will have that third. And Taco and Cold not seeing anybody over on the B site. They're going to have to start thinking, when is it time for us to rotate? Fallen, he might be able to get that info soon enough here to be able to tell his teammates, get up to this site and help me defend it.
35 seconds, Fallen so close, ready to go up, but Smith's actually pre-firing or actually aiming that angle. Very good job, Fur. Going to be taking down 1, and now he's behind the truck. 25 seconds, they need to get on here, G2. They're out of time entirely. FNX going to take down 1 more kill, and Fur, he goes for the fight, but he's going to end up coming out on bottom of that one. Taco going to take down 1, but again, the trades are just too good. It's a 3-on-1 here, and Cold Sierra, he's going to have to do it all on his own, and we haven't seen many big clutches from him so far on this map, so it'd be a good time for him to really step it up, but they are spreading out so far here. He's going to spend all day even finding them.
Yeah, the bomb is planted for Smiths in mid as well. So with that AWP, he's in position to just lock this down. Shoxy is disposable. He's actually, you can just sack him and allow him to just like walk out there, find where Cold Zero is playing from, and then the rest of them scream, and Smith should be able to lock it all down there. But oh, there we go. Shox, it's almost a mistake. Just barely spots him the run by with the knife, and now they have a boxed in. Are they actually going to try and hunt this rifle down?
Yeah, I think Shox just wanted to play a sort of a double mind game and go around the back. Cold Zero also heard him, and he's just barely going to survive the bomb, so that's a bit scary. G2 winning another round, and Luminosity, I mean, again, I don't want to sort of rub it in here, but that double up setup, it's eluding them completely. Yeah,
I mean, that was kind of the risk of that earlier buy that they took, right? That was the big thing. It's kind of punished this economy, and since they haven't been able to get back into any kind of winning scenarios, they've never been able to bust it out.
Not live is getting called right now because Luminosity wants to use their timeout. It was going to be a tactical pause. It was not a technical issue, so they wanted to call for the timeout in this round. And it's the good time. I was about to praise them, like perfect time, although they could have done it a round earlier perhaps, but don't let G2 get up onto 14 and then take the timeout, you know. Try and at least, you know, pause and start breathing a little bit before you let it get too far out of hand.
The hard part for Luminosity is you almost want to see them, much like they did in their own semifinal game, is be aggressive, push up on this map, and go search out the kills. We saw Fur and FNX in that game were basically with rifles just dictating everything when they played on IP. Now that they're playing passive, I mean, when you have this tactical pause, they're not necessarily doing anything wrong, right? I mean, it's just these entries from G2 have been so strong. Shox and RPK coming into this A bomb site are finding everything. They have the timing, they have the good angles. It's working out all in their favor. I mean, Luminosity even had a jump on rotating over because Fallen had made contact so early. They essentially had 3 people at that site, and G2 still wins it out.
Yeah, and now that you mentioned Shox, it gives me license to just talk about what an incredible player he is. We haven't, and I think especially those who have joined sort of the Counter-Strike community, even in the last year, I don't think have seen the full potential of Shox, like the absolute arc of his play, but it's so ridiculous. In my opinion, still sort of a candidate for a top 5 player in the world. There are so many new good players you have to keep putting in there now that it becomes really tricky. But again, if we're talking about his current form, maybe you wouldn't say top 5, but if you're talking about sort of potential form, like what's the ultimate version of Shox, I'd say it's really scary, and he's dropping 23 kills in this game so far, quite a bit ahead of everybody else, and certainly far ahead of everyone on Luminosity. That's a big cause for concern. And there's some sort of like historical angle on this too, that he's on the team with RPK. These two were, according to everyone I've ever talked to who were from the Source scene, the 2 best players of all time in Source. And then it's just incredible that they found their way onto the same team in Global Offensive. And right now, they're certainly doing a hell of a lot right now. Where would you put Shox at this point in time?
I mean, I wouldn't put him as a top 5 player at the moment, but certainly, I mean, we always talk about on Des, you know, in these casts, like you just mentioned, he had his time as one of the best players in the world. He had a good streak there where he was the best, actually. Yeah,
I would say that, yeah.
When he was back, that was back on Very Games when they were a scary team to have around. But this is always the thing with G2, right, is that Shox, if he hits this level, they can beat anyone. Yeah. Because he can carry just by getting 1 or 2 kills per round, just his openings that he's able to provide. And then now that you have RPK, who's, you know, taking that next step and he's become more consistent, that's a pretty dangerous duo they have going on.
His performance has somewhat dropped here in the T side, but I mean, that's to be expected considering he is calling a little bit as well. So feeling a little bit more pressure here, trying to figure out how to handle Luminosity, who's playing on the CT side. But, you know, don't think most people can remember, but Shoxy is a god, so we'll see.
I mean, this should be another fairly easy round for them, shouldn't it? They've only got the 1 rifle save there on Cold. He just barely survived the bomb blast the last round. 13-8 scoreline, and they're still sort of stacked up.
Yeah, well, you say it's going to be an easy round for him. Cold has pushed out the B bomb site, so look at all this information he's gathered. He's now cut the map in half. So Luminosity, they have this stack over towards the A site. They don't have to leave it. They know exactly that G2 at the moment is at least wandering in the direction of this stack. It's all about finding your positioning to make it effective, and they have your 1 flashbang, Andrew.
Yes, I was just going to point it out.
Cold hasn't seen anybody. Yeah, they can still keep the 4 here. There's Fallen with the peek. A little bit of the shoulder peek. Smith's going to miss that shot, but now they actually have some information to go off of here. Luminosity on top of everything else. They know the push is coming through, and Fallen just gets caught out in the open, but there's still 3 players remaining, although Body's doing big work. 2 kills for him, pressing onto the site. Shox chimes in by taking out Taco, and now it's Fur. We'll see if he gets lucky with a shot on Smith. Misses it, but eventually gets the job done.
Had a great setup for Luminosity in this round, but I think Body just opened it up. Not only did he get the 2 kills, but he got the information about where the 3rd man was, and he couldn't get out of there. Cold will have taken up a kill there, though, and it's still a 2-on-2. The bomb, it should be going down. They're not going to run back into B, which I kind of like, and you could tell that maybe Cold was kind of expecting that. So now this retake is going to be not quite impossible, but close to it. Fur has got the kit, but no armor, so he's a very easy target if he tries to go for that defuse.
And now it's a nightmare, basically. Although Fur might be able to get the drop on RPK. He is stepping, though, so RPK knows he's going to be prepared for this angle. Fur, though, steps in, nearly finds the shot, drops him low, down to 20 HP. And there's Cold coming in from CT, but there's still 1 man left, and it's Scream. He can find those headshots, gives away his position, and now they know Luminosity zoning in on him, and there's the trade. Fur comes in with the AWP, and he has the kit as well.
Oh, wow, it's so close, but he will get it. He will get it.
Just gets it.
Because he Fallen wipe his brow. What an incredible retake that was. So weird as well. Fur plays it so smart. I mean, you could see in that 2-on-3, he gets a little bit passive because he knows he has Cold coming up the stairs to back him up. Cold gets that kill and then rotates all the way around. That's a very risky play, and he can only do it because they have the kit. So that is beautifully done from Luminosity. An incredible round, and now we have this double op setup. Now it's 1 more test for G2.
The infamous and legendary one. We've been sort of asking for it the whole second half, and we just haven't seen it yet. So it's going to be put to the test. And sadly for G2, it's also a round where they don't have really anything to try and fight it with. So either way, this should be a bit of an easy round. And who knows, maybe it even sort of halfway works out for G2 that they at least know the double op is in effect, that they should know by the end of this round. Maybe that'll give them something to work with.
Well, they're managing to get onto the site, though. Taco, he's going to get overwhelmed. Smith with the Glock going to find the kill in the end. They might be able to get the bomb plant off of this, although it's still dropped on short. Cold not going to let him get close. Smith gets picked off. And now it's all up the screen once again with the Dig, and he's not going to find Juan Dig this time.
They see both the orbs. Fallen getting that last kill, so they know that both of them are in play. So what does that mean for G2? How is that going to fit into all the information they're taking in a round like this? They got 2 ops on the other side. How do they play it differently?
They're going to have to use a lot more flashbangs early on. They're going to have to be pop flashing the first angles they peek, because this is the strength of these double ops, especially Fallen if he pushes up towards bathrooms as he is now. I mean, he can find, there's so many awkward angles that he can be in to get that kill and just kind of whittle down the attack and just grind G2 away. Now, last round, they could have actually force bought. They had the money to do it. They would have had 2 to 3 AK-47s, but they played very conservative, knowing they have some rounds to play with, and especially if you're going to anticipate those double ops coming out, you need all the nades you can get. You need the smokes when you hit the bomb sites. You need the flashbangs to prevent yourself from dying early.
Yeah, I mean, way back when Very Games was a force, this was actually one of their weaknesses. Whenever they play NIP, they'd always end up forcing a little bit too much right at the end of the match, and it would lose them the game. So this time, great start for Fur, and a leg shot going in on Smith as well. RPK wants to follow it up, and he's going to be successful. There's a nice refrag.
It's crazy how he comes around that angle. Fur was pre-firing it, or pre-aiming it at least, and still RPK wins that duel. But they've taken so much damage now, G2. Smith has been legged. He's down to 16, RPK to 34, and they hardly have any nades left to speak of.
Look at Shox. He's just infiltrated this bomb site, and he does spot out the guy playing that Cold, taking a lot of damage. Oh, sorry, that was Taco. Still alive, though. And now they don't have any grenades to even get rid of him. That's a bit unfortunate. They're trying to get in here. Cold not taking the shot. The crowd saw that one coming as well. It's now a 4-on-4. The bomb is going to be down. RPK playing out from Toxic as well. Another retake coming in, and one that Luminosity can't afford to lose. Fallen going to pick up the 1 kill there on Smith. Still a 3-on-4. They need more. They have a little bit of time here, but they got to be careful. Scream is on the ramp. And now almost all grenades have been expended for the CT side as Cold Zero picks up another kill close range here. Shox sprays down one, goes for the follow-up. He's going to get 2 all on Scream now. A 1-on-1. Cold on the other side, going close with the AWP, and he's not going to get it. Scream will pick up the double, and G2 making it to 14 rounds. What a round.
Game-winning performance from Shox in that round right there. Just his ability, he knows that he's got a 1v1 isolate at that B bomb site. He feels maybe the pressure. He understands the kills that have come out that allow him to lurk into that B bomb site, do the damage onto Taco, force him to be passive, which essentially allows G2 to have free entry to plant the bomb. And then in water, the most important position to hold in a post plant, getting 2 kills from there is absolutely huge.
Oh, and Fallen, he's going aggressive. Already up in birthday, looking for those shots. He's got support from Fur on long as well, but now he's alone. Still looking for the kills, though, because he can't really back off at this point. If he goes across that open ground, G2 are going to be ready and waiting for him. So Fallen, he's fully committed to this position, trying to find 1 kill at least. And it's just not going to happen. Smith basically holding that angle at that point. Fallen had nowhere to go. It's just not going to get any easier. So FNX, he will try and get that nade, but he clips the wall. So he has to actually go in with the rifle now. We'll see. RPK, he's pinned down, and he's got the bomb.
Backup is coming quick, though. Maybe they could trade the frag here. FNX doing such a lot of work. Oh, he's out of bullets. That could have definitely been a 3rd kill for picking up body, though, and it's still a 2-on-3. And that's a shot. Shox, what did we just see? What just happened?
The hell was that?
So 4 HP. But you could see Luminosity understanding where these fights are getting taken, and they have individual players getting aggressive on the other side because they're getting that intel of how many bodies are there at the fight, and they're finding 1-on-1s. The scary thing for G2 is there's a timer on this. Fur is pushed out towards long, and he now knows they're going towards the B bomb site. So Taco, big task here.
It's all on Taco, and he's got a 5-7 as well. Not going to be easy when Scream is walking in with the AK, pre-aiming the angle, and there we go. Shoxy going to be able to get that bomb plant. He's got the AWP, but this is going to be a quick rotation coming out now from Fur. He's already into short. If he catches Shox like this could get nasty, but Shox is scoped up and ready for him. And Fur, unfortunately, the timing does not work. He gets caught with the smoke in his hand. So G2 now up on map point, 15-10.
I'm going to need to see that 2nd kill from Shox at some point, because that looked absolutely ridiculous, didn't it?
That was nuts.
Not even sure what's happening here. Luminosity, they have played quite a few rounds here on the 2nd half. They've had 1 double AWP setup, and they're just not getting the traction that they were probably expecting and that we were expecting too. It's 15-10 here, and G2, they could be stealing the 1 map that we were quite sure that Luminosity would take away here.
Yeah, this is such a scary position for Luminosity. And 22 HP on Cold as well. Around there, desperate to win with just pistol, so he's already softened up. They have a pretty centralized setup in the fact that Cold Zero is at short. They have 2 at the danger stairs, so at least they can collapse there. And it looks like that's kind of their plan, is to have this kind of pinch at the door, at least take out RPK, at least take out part of this attack.
Taco hasn't seen anybody at Monster either, but there we go. RPK and Shoxy, they're going to get figured out. But Far, he's going to get the 2 big kills, 2 headshots with the CZ up close, and Smith misses the shot, and he gets tagged in the process. So a man advantage now for Luminosity, and they've got an AK on Fur as well.
But given how low two of the members on LG is right now, it could still work out for G2 as long as they stay as a unit. If they just get the kill on Fur or on Cold Zero here, then that wouldn't be too bad really. And Taco with just a Deagle, so it's still a little bit thin right now for the Brazilian side. G2 just needs 4 kills and they'll close out this map, and that was not going to quite be a peak here for Fallen. Does make the jump and spots out a couple of people, stays alive as well.
Knew that they were pushing up there. Scary stuff, and he finds the angle as well. Falls back, Scream spots the man in CT, looking for that pre-fire headshot, and he's gonna get it! Fallen is down. So a 3-on-3 take. The bomb is making its way up long. And there's the single smoke, although Body has one as well, but he's all the way over in restroom, so they can't actually make use of it to take over this site. Instead, Scream is waiting for Fur to make a mistake and step out into the open.
Oh my god, Body walking right behind the timing, and look at him, just waiting. He wanted to see if there was a second player there. Now it's a 2-on-3, and this one is going to be for the map. Fur spraying out, he goes down to Scream, and now Taco alone. He takes one with the Deagle, looking for a second shot, but he's getting flanked, and it's going to be G2 winning on Overpass. 16-10, Scream with the triple kill in the final round. What a way to finish.